Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. On Monday, we actually had dinner at my parents' house, and my dad grilled out some hamburgers and baked potatoes. I wasn't feeling a hamburger bun, so I just ate it plain with some A1 on top. And then on my baked potato, I just have some butter, sour cream, cheese, some more steak sauce, and then I just have a simple side salad with some ranch. On Tuesday, I threw together the easiest meal ever, and that was just some frozen Tyson chicken patties that I baked in the oven. I topped it with some mozzarella cheese, mayo, and some Claussen pickles, and then I just threw some tater tots in the air fryer and slapped some grapes on my plate and called it a day. I'm sure someone in the comments will call me lazy, but it's all good. My kids loved it, and that's all that matters. On Wednesday, we had our meatless meal of the week, so I tried out these Gardein meatless meatballs for the first time. I just simply opened the package, threw them onto a cookie sheet, and baked those in the oven according to the package directions. Doesn't get any easier. And then to a sauce pot, I'm going to start on the glaze that's going to coat them. So I melted down some butter and then added in a good scoop of minced garlic and just sauteed that for a couple of minutes. And then I added in a half a cup of honey, followed by 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. As always, if I have followed a recipe, you will always be able to find it down below in my description box so that you can get the exact measurements. I'm also going to be adding in some soy sauce. You need 2 tablespoons, but I ran out and only had about 1. But I'm just going to stir all that together, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes just until it thickens. And then I'm going to take those cooked meatballs straight from the oven and just dump those in the sauce and toss them to coat. I serve this over some white rice, and I spoon plenty of that sauce over the top. And then for the sides, I just have some steamed broccoli, and then I air fried some vegetable egg rolls. The kind that I'm using, or I'm not even going to try to say it, but I found these at Walmart. I've had them in my freezer for a while, so I was just finishing them up. So for the meatballs, I honestly didn't care for them because they had a strong fennel taste, which I don't care for. The texture was fine though, so if it wasn't for that one spice, I would have really loved it. But that sauce was delicious, and I would definitely be using it again for regular meatballs. Thursday was another real-life dinner with just some eggs, bacon, blueberry bagels, and strawberry cream cheese. I have not been feeling that creative in the kitchen lately and not doing the best at meal planning, but that is perfectly okay. You don't have to be fancy all the time. On Friday, I made a family favorite. I've made this at least a handful of times, and it's called chicken Lasagna. It's pretty similar to chicken Alfredo. So to my skillet, I'm melting down 3 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to be adding in a whole package of chicken tenderloins. This was a little over a pound, but obviously use however much feeds your family. And I'm just going to season both sides with some Lawry seasoned salt, onion and garlic powder, and some chili powder. I'm just going to let those fully cook through, and then I'm going to remove those to a separate plate. Into that same skillet with all that leftover butter and seasonings from the chicken, I'm going to be dumping in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to stir that together really well and just let that come up to temperature and then let it simmer until it thickens. The original recipe doesn't call for cheese to be added, but I was getting impatient with it trying to thicken, so I did add in some of the canned stuff, or you could use fresh, doesn't really matter. And you're just going to keep working with it until it gets to your desired consistency. So I just served that sauce over some penne noodles that I had cooked up, and then I just placed 2 of the chicken tenders. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to delete that. 2 of the chicken tenders on top. The seasonings on it is what makes it so good. I also topped it with some parsley for some color, and then I just served it with some corn on the cob on the side. On Saturday, I went out with friends and we got Texas Roadhouse. As I've mentioned many times, it is my favorite restaurant. I love their salads, and then I got a steak and some loaded fries. But that's going to wrap up this week. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next one.